Hello again, welcome to another one of my Elite Dangerous videos, how to make a load of money. Um, Looks like with this one the secret's out now. I discovered this method about 2 months ago and have been doing it for quite a while. I've averaged 166 million an hour over a very, very long period of time. Um, I did tell one or two people, and I guess they've told people, they were sworn to secrecy, but they've told other people, and now finally it's got down to earth astronomy, and you'll see he's using exactly the method that I describe here, and you'll see I made this video 2 weeks ago, so he hasn't got it from here because I haven't published it yet, but I've told people the method and the word's got around. So anyway, as it's out in the public domain now, I'll publish my video, and so my followers can get a chance to see it. Okay, so basically we're doing skimmer missions. I'll describe everything in detail later. Um, but at this stage, I'll tell you what you need. You need a tanky ship. A real, the better the shields, the better, because you're going to come under fire for a bit. And there are ways of getting out of it. You can cheat. You can combat log against the NPCs every time they start shooting you. Um, it's a bit immersion breaking, but if you want to do that, you can probably get away with a lesser ship. But this method's nice and easy if you get the right ship. So you can do it in a Python, an Anaconda, FDL, or Corvette, something like that. But you need to absolutely max out the shields. So if you can, um, uh, what do we call them? Not the bi-weave ones, the other one. Prismatic shields and shield boosters and SCBs. So because you'll come under sustained fire, sometimes not at all, sometimes a lot more. You can, like, when you arrive at the place, log out, and if the ships look a bit, if there's like an anaconda there, you can log out and log back in again, and then it'll be different ships. But once you start, you don't have so much control. Like you can arrive there and there's no ships, and then halfway through they turn up. So the better the tank you got, the better you can last there. I didn't have any trouble in a Corvette. That I just went there and did my business, tanked all the fire, used my SCBs when my shields went down a bit, and after 10, 15 minutes you've done all the missions and you can come back again, and that's all you need. So if we look at the mission board, what we're after is skimmer missions. Um, I'm just ready to cash in because I just come back, see what we've got. There we go, clean out mush sentry skimmers. There's another one there. Corporate strike against mush skimmers. And another thing is that for just a short period of time, one faction was offering skimmer something missions. So it's 3 types of skimmer missions altogether. It's probably when I was getting the highest earnings rate. But they average about 5 million and go up to about 8.5 million, down to about 3.5 million. So you can take 20 at a time. What else? To shoot the skimmers, you need dumbfire missiles. So I would recommend 4 in 2 pairs, because with just 2, on class 2 as well. With just 2 class 2s, there's a chance you run out of missiles before you've completed all your missions. So if you're not very good at shooting the skimmers, I'm pretty well practiced at it now, so you'll see me not use hardly any of my missiles, but another time they spread out and you've got to shoot them one at a time. It's dead easy to go very low on your missiles. And if it does happen, you can shoot them with your lasers as well, but it's much harder. They just blow up with the missiles, but the lasers, you've got to keep getting them. You need to be a good shot as well. So if you're using 4 dumbfire missiles, put them in 2 pairs in 2 fire groups, so that you can fire 2 of them, and when you've run out of missiles, swap to the other 2. Don't fire all 4 missiles at once, because again you'll run out of missiles. And that's about it. So just a question of stacking up with missions and getting over. They're all to Mush, and they're all to Kagan settlement. So you know, you don't have to be selective in any of them. So just, you know, get whatever ones you want. That's about it. So we'll catch up with you later. Right, here we are approaching Kagan settlement. And if you watch my last video, it's exactly the same. What we're looking for is the two sides with lights on. So that's that side and this horizontal side here. And you want to come in from the point, you know, so from the left slightly. Now there is a ship patrolling and there's another one there as well. Cobra and a sidewinder. Let's see what happens. One might fly away and one might shoot us, or they might both shoot us. Sometimes you get pythons, gunships, anacondas here. So what you can do, you can either relog and it resets the instance, or you can fly away and fly back to reset the instance. And so about third of the time there's no ships there, so you get the place to yourself. Other times can be anything. So you can see we need to tank a little bit from these lasers. They're not that heavy. So I'm coming in from this angle here. There's the big tall building on the opposite corner. And what we're looking for is the generator there. And then as soon as we've killed the generator, we're going to fire into that space there where the skimmers will be. So if you're in a big ship like this, you have to be careful not to overshoot. Because if you touch a skimmer, you lose your shields. So you don't want to do that. Right, here we go. Oops, got my weapons. There's a generator gone, and then we just shoot into here. You see the skimmers going on. So let's see we've got all them. There was one big skimmer that comes from that pad, and I think it's 5 or 6 small ones which come out of this building here, where I'm pointing now. Then there's one more skimmer that comes out of this pad here, big one. There he is over there now. We can get him. Right, then 3 minutes from when we shot the generator, it's going to come back online again, and all the turrets and things are going to start shooting us again. So you need to be ready for that. And then it's RNG, I think, whether 6 more small skimmers come out of this building. And 1 minute after these big ones come out, another 2 big ones come out. So we're waiting for, so just wait here. And when the big one comes out there, you hear a sort of whirring noise like an aeroplane. But the small ones come out more or less silent, so you've got to watch out for those. And if you leave one small one out in the field somewhere, then they don't spawn. So you've got to get all of them. There's the whirring noise. So we get him. And this one here, that's the 2. So a ship's just come to shoot us. It's going to boil us up, he says. Why can't I select him? Oh no, it's a turret, sorry. Very occasionally, there's a base over there, and it has a turret that can reach you. You can go there, there's 2 skimmers to kill there as well. So you could just like pop over there, kill those 2, come back while you're waiting for these ones. So he's going to be shooting us the whole time, unfortunately. You can duck right down low, like this, keeps you clear. And occasionally there's one behind that building there, so you just line up with the building and he can't get you because the building's in the way. So we're just waiting. So it's a question of what comes first, whether the generator will come online, so we get ready for that. Oh, there's a skimmer come out. Missed. Right, now the generator's going to come back on. I'm not too bothered about that turret, it's not doing us enough harm. There we go, there's the generator. So now we'll start all over again. So you want to get those two shots off fairly quick succession. Then have a look, just make sure you've got every last one. They're difficult to see sometimes. They go right up against the side of the buildings and these pads and things. Okay, looks like there's a ship turned up now. Oops. Maybe it's shooting us with something.
Incoming mission critical message. Priority encoded.
Where's the other one gone? Sometimes sits on that pad and it's quite difficult to spot. I've even seen them bury themselves in the sand. When you're chasing them, they just seem to disappear. It's because they've gone underground. There's one out there somewhere, but I can't see it because they always come in pairs. Sometimes they're right in that corner. You can probably see it, but I can't. Unless that was one I missed from last time. But I would have expected to see another one come out by it now. So who's shooting us? A Viper Mark IV. Oops. One. Two. So the next thing will be the generator. Yeah, when they've got railguns, cannons and plasma, eventually they run out of ammo. And then they've only got like these low-powered lasers to shoot you with. You can see why you need a bit of a tank, you know, you can just ignore them then. Don't have to worry about anything. But last time I came here there was a gunship and a Viper and I had to use 2 SCBs to keep my shields up. Generator. Yeah, of course, sometimes when you go to fire the second shot, or even the first one, your missiles are reloading, and you can't shoot them straight away, and then they all spread out from this area. And then you've got to hunt each one down. As I said, they hide, so you've got to be careful. We haven't seen any of the 6 small ones come out of this building yet. So I'm not too sure what causes that, whether there's something you can do to make them come out, or whether it's just RNG. But I've noticed it happens less when you're under fire than when you're not. And once or twice, these, here comes the small ones. Funny, I should just mention them. So there's the 6. Now we'll get the big one. Here he comes. Now this one. And then we wait again. We might be lucky and another 6 come out. Or we might have to wait till the big ones come again. Oh, missed one. Yeah, one other thing. Be very careful about touching the ground. Especially these buildings. If you touch a building, you stick to it like a magnet. And it can sometimes be really difficult to get off. So what you do, retract your weapons, because it could be those that stuck on it. So get rid of your weapons so you've got a smoother hull. You can normally wriggle off a bit easier like that. But otherwise, it's just a question of wriggling in every direction until you get yourself clear. I find sometimes that if I just touch down like that, my nose sticks, and then what you do, you lean right forward, like this way, like this, and then you can come off this way like that.
Under attack. Bounty incurred.
Small ones.
Incoming mission critical message. Incoming mission critical message.
So it's fairly straightforward. Just make sure I got them all.
Incoming mission critical message.
Yeah, all these mission messages you can just ignore. Two left.
Under attack.
Yeah, I was going to say, when you come under attack, some of the NPCs have these weapons that can get through your shields and take modules and hull. So it's always worth checking.
Mission critical message.
Another one there.
Bounty incurred.
It's always worth checking whether the modules are going down, just in case they've targeted your modules. But that's probably heat damage that I suffered before. Yeah, there's nowhere to repair other than where the interstellar factor is. We'll deal with him in a minute. So how am I doing with the missions? Oh, I've got them all now. So that's it. So let's get out of here. So I didn't need any SCBs that time. So let's just go and have a look at where that turret is. That's the shit. I've lost it now. No, where is it? There it is, down there. I'd say about 1 in 5 times you see this one.
Under attack.
So you can just blast the turret. And is that a ship there? No, it's the building. A couple of times it's been a ship just sitting there.
Warning. You have entered a trespass zone.
So I can't remember how I got the skimmers before. Whether they're there. Yeah, maybe it's easy. Might be worth exploring this to see what there is there. So if I kill the turret, see what happens. Oh, it's still shooting me.
Bounty incurred.
Shield's running a bit low, but somehow or other, is it that one? I got some skimmers from this thing last time. No, anyway, you can have a play with that. The shields are getting a bit low now, so I need to get clear.
Cannot comply. Frameshift drive charging. Three, two,
Right, so what I'll do, as soon as I come out of this, I'll show you where to get clean.
Warning. Temperature critical.
Right, if you open the galaxy map, here it is, just over here, Chuangubu. So there's an interstellar factor there, and they got repairs there as well. It's the main station, quite close to the star, so dead easy. It's one jump from Mush, and then it's two jumps from there back to HR 4637. So that's it. Everything covered there. So have fun with that, and I'll see you in another video. Another thing about general tactics when you're at Kagan settlements, I can't remember whether I mentioned it when we're there, but if you touch a skimmer with your ship, you'll lose your shields instantly, um, like you've been one-shotted, and that can be very dangerous because if there's ships shooting you, they'll immediately start targeting your modules and make it difficult to get out of there. So what you do is the moment you lose your shields, boost away and then do the system reboot. You might want to engage, not silent running, flight assist off to keep drifting away while you do your system reboot, because if you do it near the ground, the gravity might pull you down onto the base, which might be disastrous. So boost up, engage flight assist off, do the system reboot, and then that'll bring your shields back to 2/3 on. So then you can come back again with shields and carry on. So I forgot to mention that. And also, if you touch, I think I mentioned this, but if you touch any of the buildings, your ship sticks to them like a magnet. And not too sure why they've done it like that, but if you put away your weapons, it's easier to wriggle off, because I think it's the like sticky out things that get caught. And after that, you just have to wriggle in every direction. But I can tell you, it can be really tricky, especially if you belly flop onto the ground and get stuck fore and aft. It's like somebody's got you in some sort of wrestling hold. You know, you can't even roll your ship over. You're just stuck there fast, like you're glued to the base. And then the generator comes back on and everybody starts shooting you, and you're in dire straits then. So just be very careful not to let your ship touch anything on the ground. Just keep above it slightly. And if you do, generally you come off the way you went on. So don't wriggle on any harder. Come back the opposite way, as if you've got a hook stuck in something. You know, you've got to sort of unhook yourself. So that's that. So catch you down there.